All righty then. Looks like we can get this party started. They folks want to join us as we get going. That's all good and well and fine. To make it easy, if you got questions or if I did something too quick, sleight of hand, little magician trick, please slow me down, stop me so that I can help you along. Again, I'm going to make a basic assumption that you already know how to do a CMA using MoxiPresent. What I'm going to share with you is a couple of things that you can do to start to make it your very own and personalize it. And what I hope, kind of like the next level. I'm always looking for things that we can do to separate us from the chaff that's out there. So here we go. I'm going to start where if you've seen me ever do a Moxie class before, I know you've seen it, but I'm going to do it again just simply because it's super easy. And that is, here's the presentation I'm going to use. And so I'm going to click on the three dots and I'm going to click on Quick Flyer and create a quick flyer. I use these flyers for leaving on the kitchen table for my potential buyers. And there's two reasons that I'm doing this. One is so that I can show you how to upload a PDF, because that is probably the most common personalization that I see used. Is they're using something from RPR, they're using something from Remine, or they're using something from iCloud, or they're using something from Toolkit CMA, all kinds of different places that we can bring stuff in. Okay, so PDFs are probably one of the most common because you throw it in the copy machine, send it to yourself, and you got a PDF. Wow. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this one right here. Come down and I'm going to hit select for title. I'm going to put in my title. Again, it can be anything you want. Main image automatically comes from the MLS. So let's go grab a couple of images from the MLS to add in. And I like this one here. It'd be nice if you could just grab all the images at one time, but it doesn't work that way. I got to pull this one just because I saw this recently and just blew my mind that somebody would be this crazy. So, and then the last one. And then next. So again, if I wanted to change anything in the description, it's all editable. I can do whatever I want to do. If I want to change the price, I can do that. And programs, basically, those are the only two programs that we get to throw in there. So you view and print, and what it does is basically goes out and creates a new template. So there it is. All right. So we're going to come back to that here in a moment. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and exit out and come into MoxiPresent. And again, the nice thing about MoxiPresent is if you're in the middle of working on your CMA and for whatever reason you get on the phone or you something comes up where you have to leave it, it's automatically saved. And when you're ready to get back to it, you just come in and you're going to click on the pencil up there in the upper right-hand corner. So as we click on it on the upper right-hand corner, again, I'd already completed everything except for the personalization piece. So I'm going to jump right to the last point. I'm going to jump right to the pages because that's where I want to be, okay? So the first thing, and this is something that's already been shown more than once, where if I click add a page and I choose to add from the library, I have the choice of my pages. And again, I've got a whole bunch of pages. Or I have the choice of brokerage pages. And again, doesn't matter which brand you're working for, there's all kinds of stuff to pick from, or you can go to the parent brand and then they have specific as well. Again, lots of great stuff, folks. Lots of great stuff that is available. To do the brokerage pages, It's easy peasy. You go on down, and what I would encourage you to do is actually click on them, take a gander at it, and say, you know what? I think I like that one. I think I would like to use that one over and over. And if something down the road changes, you can always remove it, but create your own template up front. If you don't like what you're seeing, okay, you can click the X and you go back and start anew. Or you click on add, it will automatically add it to your presentation for you. Because see, I just went from 11 pages to 12. And then I can come over here and I can click on the X to go back, and I could add additional pages if I wanted to. Again, the options are all mine. And if you're familiar with what the pages are, you don't always have to click on it. I don't remember what they all are. So I have to click on it. Shoot, couldn't even tell you what I had for lunch today. But that's a nice, pretty picture, even if it is palm trees. I like it. So I'm going to go ahead and add that one as well. And then I'm done. So I come back to pages, and these are the two that I just finished adding. Okay. So let's go ahead and add the one that I created just for giggles. And that one's going to be a create new, not add from library. But we're going to upload PDF. Come on, baby. There we go. Choose the file. Now, one thing I do encourage you to do, just so it looks cleaner and everything else, is I would name my PDF versus just grabbing it, because now it's going to come up here with all this, the scribbles and the scrabbles of the way it was saved. That doesn't necessarily look good, right? So it's still uploading. Didn't know it was going to be that tough for it. Upload error. Imagine that. Let's try that again. Like this has never happened before, right? You know, Wi-Fi in this place sometimes will drive me nuts, because actually what happened was I lost the page altogether. Okay, just a minute. Let's change. Whatever reason.
Oh, there he is.
The Wi-Fi here likes to go honky. So let me go back to desk into Moxie. Again, here's another reason why it's really nice that it saves everything. So that, you know, power goes out, computer crashes or whatever, that stuff that's happening out there in the world is taken care of and saved for us. You'd almost think it was but designed that way, but it wasn't. And of course, come on, folks, I need my menu bar. There we go. Slow but sure. Slow and steady as she goes. Come on. Oh. Problem loading page. So how about them Tigers? Oh, wait a minute. I guess that's wrong season, right? It's thinking about it. Wow. All right. Let's try this one. It's pretty bad when I realize they're only seconds, but they feel like minutes. Tick, tick, tick. And what's interesting is I had the same issue actually with the 1 o'clock class. And then once we got through the initial bugs, then everything worked fine the rest of the day. So let's hope it works the same here. Closing everything down so we can. All right. So what I hope to show you today is I'm going to actually show you how to build some custom pages, how you can actually insert Google Maps into your presentation, and the fact that they're interactive, meaning that they can use them. And what I love about MoxiPresent is the fact that for things that have like YouTube videos, it does not include that page. It just omits that page altogether. And it does that because it's that smart. And then the one of the pages I'm going to show you how to create is will include some links back to my website. And again, I can't say it enough, the importance of what it's called a back end link. When you take and you use something from your website and you connect something else to it to go back to your website, it's called a back end link. And from a search engine optimization standpoint, SEO, it is very, very huge. And I will show you how to take that MoxiPresent and put that out there into your Facebook to actually direct them back. Because it's all about getting the lasso out there and getting them in the corral, right? So it looks like we might be making a little bit better progress here. Come on, baby. Round and round the circle goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. I just hope it's where we need to be. Will you be my neighbor? Oh my goodness gracious. I read a listing description today. Cousin Harriet's house is back on the market. I said, I love that. So anyways, there it is over there. So I'm going to click on the pencil and hope that it gets to where we're going. Because there's a couple of things I want to show you with that page that we uploaded. Come on, baby, you can do it. I'm convinced if we can get through this hurdle, we're good. We're going to be able to sail the rest of the time together. Come on, baby. And I'm trying to be patient, even though every fiber in my body is ready to jump. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let me try clicking on pages. Baby, yes. All right. And of course, there we go. Whew. Now let's go back and try to upload that page again, because that's where everything fell apart each time we tried to upload. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go change the name of it just because it should be changed. There we go. I'll feel better now. Oh, well, I guess I shouldn't have named it that, because now I'll put it at the end, right? There we go. All right, so welcome home. And the reason why I wanted to change the title, but these two came from the brokerage marketing. And then this one is the one that we created real quickly there at the beginning. But what I just have to point out is one of my pet peeves. And that's this image right here where the fireplace is laying on its side. Now, this is just shy of $1 million home. And the agent for this particular home didn't even bother to pay for professional pictures. I mean, they stand to make almost 30 grand, right? And yet they took pictures with their phone and rotated them from up and down to side. Oh my goodness gracious. I about lost a gasket when I saw that. There's no wonder that this house expired, that it did not sell for what it was. I don't care how far off the price was. They didn't get anybody to come look at it because the fireplace is laying on it must have a foundation problem, right? And then of course there's the images that we inserted from the brokerage. Okay, so easy peasy. And again, if I wanted to move these down after the agent profile, all I got to do is left click and drag it. And where I drop it, that's where it's going to be. Okay. Before we go on to creating some additional page pictures, what I want to do is I want to point out these pencils that are on here. This one is the only one that will not have the pencil, because in order to fix this one, we have to come back to this page, subject property, that's right there above the word presentation. We have to make any changes to that there. But for our listings that we've selected, our comps, see how number of photos, and again, you can include photo section or you can turn it off. Where this comes into play is right now we have 14 pages in our presentation. If I allow all of the images to show, and let's say that on an average, I have 9 listings, right? So if on an average, each property had 30 photographs, that's 270 pictures. And with the template of an average of 9 pictures to a page, now you take that and you got 30 extra pages. That's a lot of pages. And some agents are like, well, I don't want that many. So you can take this slider here and you can move it. So now I limited it to only 14 pages per listing. Or I could take it out here. I allowed 23. You decide what you're comfortable with or what you need to share. You don't get to select which images, you just get to select the quantity. But that's one of the easiest ways to reduce the amount of pages that you have in a presentation. And again, this is all about curb appeal here, but that's where you make that change. Because then when you get back here to the side-by-side comparisons, that's going to limit the number of images that come up when you click on a property, okay? Now in the web version, it's not going to have much of an impact, right? Because you can look at them all day long, but it has a big impact when it comes to the printed version, because that's where we're worried about pages. So each one of these, again, if I decide that I don't want status to be seen, I can do that. I could turn off the MLS number. I could remove the property type. I could remove the land tenure. I could include or disclude anything on there that I wanted. Same goes for the pricing section. Do I want it seen or don't I want it seen? What am I trying to say? Featured sections. What do I want to emphasize? Or what don't I want to emphasize? And then lastly, neighborhood section. Again, notice by default, if it was a senior community that you're dealing with, you would want to come in and check that. Why? Because you're going to market it as a senior community, 55 and up. So that's the nuts and bolts of how you can control the number of pages. Okay. And it's as easy as coming up here and clicking on view, and you can print, whether it be in landscape or portrait, and you click on it and it will automatically generate your PDF. So we're going to go let it do its thing while we go do something else for a minute. So here we are at add a page. Okay. So we're going to go add a page. We're going to create new, and we're going to build one this time. And I'm going to show you the one that I normally show, just because it's easy and peasy. I'm going to copy that URL because it's that easy in this. So when I click on create, I click on video, and then all I have to do is paste that URL I went and grabbed from YouTube. And there it is. Now I can save it. Give it a name, give it a description. If I want to come back and use, make it so I can just change out the video, make it quick and easy, I can click that sharing option. I'm not going to do that. There it is. It's saved. And now I can get out of there. And there's my historical decline video. So I'm going to grab that. Actually, I'm going to put that up there underneath welcome home. Let's go do, I believe my PDF should be done by now. So let's go grab that and see my PDF. Oh, back here. My PDF has 37 pages in it. 37 pages. And again, notice the YouTube's not there, but 37 pages. But when I look at it right here, it just tells me 15. So that means that 22 pages are involved in pictures. Take a view in the web. And of course, video plays. Whoop. Come on. But this right here, you know, if you created the presentation, the listing presentation for your client, you've got the listing, and you could come in, you could make some slight revisions to it. But what you can do is go out to Facebook. And create a post. So why it's doing its thing there, I got to go back here. And the reason I got to go back is because one of the things it won't do, it from MoxiPresent, it won't get my image, won't come up automatically. So I'm going to go back to subject property. I hope, oh, come on, please, please. Don't ask me, don't tell me I asked for too much. What I did before was I went back to subject property and I took the picture that was available from the MLS and I shared it. I'm almost regretting that right now that I did that. I'm going to go back to Facebook since I still have that image. I clicked on the image down here to put into the add photo. This is the image that I had grabbed. And so the nice thing is, folks, even if they just click on the picture, here's the link over there, and they click on that, and then they get it. Again, you could do this as a property, which is one of the templates. You could do it as property. And again, great value in having that welcome home, right? Because this is all about the buyer. And then a short little video and getting into the details, the nuts and bolts. What a way to market your property. Because nobody else is doing it that way. Oh my goodness, go back to pages. There we go. All right, let's go back and create another or build another page. This time I'm going to use this template here. And up here, I'm going to put in some text. I'm going to do all caps just to be different. Now, I just wrote your trusted advisor. I'm going to pick a size. I'm going to say large. I'm going to brand it to my colors. If you're a CB person, your colors start with a pound sign 012 169. And if you're a Century 21 person and you want gold, I'll turn that last piece to gold, okay? That is pound BEB 087. And see that? Got that nice gold, got the nice blue. And you know what? I'm going to bolden it. I'm going to yep. Now, what I'm going to do, your trusted advisor with let me come down here. This is the problem I had last time too. It wants to give me a fit. Oh, I did. That's because I did not put the template up there. And you're saying, what do you mean template? Let me explain that to you, because I'll do it down here. Yeah, that's what I didn't do at the top. So down here, again, if I'm just going to put in text, I can use that. If I'm just going to use an image, that video, just that. But over here in this more gives me a lot more flexibility. And when I was talking about templates, here's my templates. It gives me all kinds of templates that I can use. Okay. So I'm going to use this one right here. Now, the one thing about this picture is, yes, you are limited 200 by 200. You have the spot right there. You're going to click on that in the left-hand corner for the picture. Browse. I'm going to go grab my picture and add it in there. Okay. For my heading here, I'm going to put down my credentials. Yeah, that's way too small. I'm gonna have to make that bigger, right? So I'm gonna say, oh no, that's too big. All right, I'll come back and I'll color it later. Description. I'm gonna highlight that whole mess just so it goes away. And I'm an ABR, so I would write that all out, right? I also do probate. So I do that. I'd also military, MRP, so whatever. Okay, so on and so on. And you know what? I want to make that look prettier. So for this, I'm going to add bullets. Okay, see that? And it just changed it for me. If I want to color it, I'll do just like I did before, where there's my color right there. Sadly, it does not remember your colors. So each time you do colors, unless you're using right from whatever the chart is, yes, you have to put it in. Oh my goodness, over and over and over. It's one of the things I'm trying to get changed, so that we don't have to continue to do that, but so far we don't have it. Again, sizes here. You can actually the nice thing about down here is you can actually change the font. Got a few there. All right. Now this is one of the things, again, I'd go on and on and on. Then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to use a different template because I want to do something a little bit different over here. Over here, I'm going to do ready to sell. Okay, because again, who am I talking to? I'm talking to Mr. and Mrs. Buyer. All right. So this piece right here, this click here, I've got to go to my website. Come on. I tried to shut down everything to compensate. So my marketing strategy right there. And again, as I was talking before about back end links, this is going to direct them back to my website. So I have click here highlighted, right? So I'm going to come over here and you see a little thing that looks like a chain link. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to paste that URL in there. Okay. And then I'm going to do the next one. When I get all said and done, you know what? I'm going to do like I did before, only this time we're going to use 1 and 2. There we go. And boom, boom, boom. Oop, go backwards, you crazy. And when I decide to do another one, boom, 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 right? Okay. So this is how to do it. I'll go ahead and save it, give it a name. I'll show you what the finish looks like in just a moment, but I want to do one more thing about building a page and using that template that I just think is crazy cool. So this time up here, I am going to write All right. Fenton, Michigan, restaurant and things to do. For one, I'm going to center that. For two, I'm going to bolden it. For three, I'm not going to worry about changing the colors necessarily. And then large like that. Okay. Now, let me go close that one out. And let me go here. Boop. And go to Google. I'm going to type in, there's Fenton, Michigan, just waiting for me. I'm going to click on the map. Now, I could take the map just like it is right now. Okay, but this is what I want to do. I said restaurant and things to do. So I'm going to click on restaurants. Okay. And over here, right next to, see, I went over there and it says menu, right next to where it says restaurants. I'm going to click on that. To me, that's my hamburger. I'm going to click on that and I'm going to share or embed the map. Embed the map, copy that, go back to MoxiPresent. And when I'm in here, I'm just clicking more, and then I'm going to click on source. And when I click on source, all I have to do is paste, and it's there. I'm going to go back to restaurants. Going to click on that. I'm going to go back one. Now I'm going to click on things to do. Again, you see I had other choices up there. I didn't have to pick things to do, right? So again, share or embed the map, click embed, click copy, go back to MoxiPresent and do the same thing over here. Click on source, put it in there, and boom. So let's go ahead and save our Fenton map. Boop, boop. Restaurant and things to do. Doop, doop, boop, 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 boop. If I check this, means I can come back in and play with it. And so just as a safety off, yeah, why not? So we're going to X out. There's my Fenton map. So let's go to the web version, because this is what we're going to send out. And here's my map. And look at this. It's interactive. Peataway, Fenton Mediterranean, Sagebrush, Cantina, Cancun, Mexican. And if I want directions and I click on that, oh my goodness, look at that. How easy did I just make it for them? Same way with the things to do. If I click on the things to do and I want directions, I click on it and boom. So, and again, where can I use this? I think a couple of different things, okay? I think of relocation. Because chances are if they're relocating to a city, they may not know where the restaurants are, or they may not know if there's city parks, or they might be trying to compare this city to that city, and you can send them a map of both. You know, I'm thinking of just your sellers in general. Here's an idea of how I will market your house, your home, because I know that not all buyers are going to come from this area. But one other thing I wanted to show you about this is when you come up here and you click on this share or embed, you see this? You can put this right on Facebook. You can put this on Twitter. You can send it out in an email. So think about that. So this one is my museum one, or my things to do. So I'm just going to copy the link and I'm going to go to Facebook. And so I'm going to create a post in Facebook. Paste my link. Things to do oh, what the heck did I do? I gotta get rid of that. Boom, there we go. I got it too close together. In fact, I want to cut that. I don't want to. There we go. Come on. There we go. So post on Facebook. Notice I got rid of once it's loaded, once it's there, you can get rid of it. Okay. So now it just says things to do in Fenton, Michigan. They come in, they click on it. And look at that. I mean, if I didn't know, if I hadn't learned the first trick, I wouldn't learn the second trick. So let's go back to MoxiPresent. Map is interactive. They can actually move the map around. You know, McDonald's is over there. It's still going to be focused on the restaurants and stuff. So it's cool. Let me think. Was there anything else? Oh, I was going to show you. Let's go back to home. In my library. So in my library, there's that demo P. Remember that one that I created, right? There's that one. Fenton map. That's the one we just finished doing, right? So what I'm trying to illustrate is that as you create these, and here's that one that we just did a short time ago with the fireplace on the side. As you create the pages, they automatically go to your pages, into your library, so that you have them, you can use them over and over and over. It's like you take the time to create it once, and then you don't have to create it again. That particular one that I kind of illustrated, this is the finished product of what I was doing. Got the logo in there, trusted advisor, got my credentials, got my affiliations. And the biggest thing is again, if they click on any of these links, it's going to take them back to my website, that backward link. And look at that. How cool is that? So what's your questions? Been kind of quiet over there. Crickets. I'm hearing crickets. Crickets. So just a minute. Let me do this. I'll get back to home. Oh, somebody got off the mic.
That would be me. It's Cheryl.
What can I do for you?
It's just a lot. I'm very new to this. I guess, what's the average amount of pages that you put into your present listing? To your
It'll vary slightly depending on the property. And so let me qualify that. For a property that is basically it's a cookie cutter home, it's going to be somewhere between $100,000 and $200,000. It doesn't have water frontage or anything else. There's nothing special about it and or the neighborhood. I don't include a lot.
Okay.
Okay. But once I break that 200 or there's something special about it. Maybe there's a dog park a half a block away or half a mile away. Maybe because again, that interactive, you could actually in Google, you can go and actually create your own waypoints. So you could actually go in and mark all the dog parks. You could go in and mark all the ice cream shops. I've done that because that's how my wife and I travel on the bike in the summertime. But what I'm saying is once I get over that 200 threshold, then I'm kind of interested in giving them an idea that I know what's in the community, because it's not just about their property now. I'm not only selling that property, but I'm selling the area.
Okay.
And that's the way I've always written my listing descriptions. They already got the information about 3-bedroom, 4 baths and all that other stuff. That's what got them there to the picture in the first place. But what's in the community? You know, and that's what I tried to share with them, because I think that's the bigger piece. So I don't have a set number now. And again, some people are big on, there's 40 some pages that just deal with the brand itself. Okay, so I'm going to go take a look at that for a minute, but I wanted to demonstrate. So you send this to them in the web version. So when they click on that, because I was in the PDF or I was in the edit version. So when they actually click on it inside of the presentation, it actually takes them to the website. So let me get out of here and out of there. Go back to here. So, and again, there's 166 pages in all for the brokerage. And the reason is because this first bunch of pages here, this is the original 42 pages of the original presentation that was put in 2021. Okay. Then we have global luxury kicks in for the next 33 pages. So, and that's why I say it depends on the home, because once I get a property that qualifies for global luxury, I'm going to play heavy on the brand and less on me. And the reason why is because Coldwell Banker, the brand, and or Century 21 in their own ways purport to be the number one. Now there can only be one number one, but I'm telling you, just the way they present the position, they both share that number one spot. Then at the bottom of that is, this is all old stuff too. And I know it's old stuff because it's capital C, little b and P. Well, then we have, oh, there's global luxury still. Gotta get farther down. Here we go. The CBP, the big one. Here's the first one of the brand new. And this was literally just created in December for, basically it brings us up to date. Make your dream a reality. The dream campaign was so well received last year that Coldwell Banker is using it again this year. Okay, so I wanted to capitalize on that. So I guess that's the easy break. When I have a higher priced property, I lean more on the brand, less on me. But when it's under even under 250, while I treat a little bit differently than the 200, it's still about me at that point. It's about me in the neighborhood. Well, once I get over that, I don't know how I hold a candle. So I depend on the brand. And so I'm going to include more of the brand stuff. And that's why I say, if you take the time and at least look, if I did nothing more than, let's say that I do this, I'm going to go into home. And let's say I just create a presentation that is going to have nothing but marketing stuff. So I'm going to use this non-listing, okay? Just for the standpoint of being able to add them in there quickly. Now, here's what's cool. Before, in order to use this particular presentation, you had to start here. Oh, let me go backwards because I got to do this the way, because it's got to be the default seller. I'm sorry. You'd have to start with this one, and then you went and you added these pages afterwards. Well, what I did when I did the presentations this year, and it works the same way for both brands, don't care which it is, but when you click on the new one, the ones that had the white sheets, so when you click on it, what I did, wait for it. I wanted to make it, I wanted to be, I'm hoping I'm going to answer your question, because I'm going to get right to the point a whole lot quicker by doing it the way I'm doing it. Just gotta wait for it to load up.
That's fine. No hurry. I had another question while we're waiting.
Shoot.
When you go to your website, it shows all your tabs up top. Did you make those?
Yes.
Okay.
Again, last Thursday, I showed people how to, first one, verify that your featured properties, which is the first set of listings that show up on your website. I showed them how to verify that it's correctly identified so that it's helping you from an SEO standpoint. In other words, what type of properties are being shown and in that particular block. And it's big because if you have my company listings identified as a part of your featured properties, and that's what's being displayed up there instead of my office listings, which most people did, as listings are added across the company. I understand you may not going to do so many properties up in Manistee or Belleville or whatever. I get that. But what happens is because there are new edits to your page, since they're all brand new, you receive the benefit of the yield boost SEO that is a part of our website that says, hey, come look at me, come check me out, because I got new material, I got new content. And it's going to do it a couple times a day, because somewhere across the company, chances are there's a listing going in. And so you really truly benefit. So that's one of the things that I pointed out that I wanted to make sure was working for everybody. Then I showed them how to make a custom page so that they could show the housing market for the areas of their choice. And again, you can do it for days on market, you can do it for average sales price, you can do it for whatever you want, because it all comes from showing time. And the way I showed them to put them on their website was so that it's interactive, meaning just like that map, it was interactive where they could play with it. But it also updates itself automatically at the end of the month when the numbers come in. So it's a one and done. You go set up the page and then it takes care of itself. And so that's what I'm doing on Thursdays is I'm picking a couple of things. I'm saying, okay, here's a couple ideas, try this. And then it's kind of like, okay, group, what do you want to do? Because some people are going to see other websites and say, well, I thought this was kind of cool and I'd like to do it myself. So I'll tell you how to do it. I've gotten pretty good at basically creating pages, which I never thought, I'll be honest, I never thought I'd be a web designer. But WordPress has just made it easy. So here's my report. All he did was I uploaded the CB with the white, but it has all the information in here so that I can go through the steps because it's got the default seller already included. But in
Okay.
addition to that, it also has all of the marketing for the classic. So here's what's cool. This is why I like it. So you come through and you can sit and look at each picture without having to open up, close, open up, close, open up, close. And you can just walk your way through it and say, you know what? I like that one, or I don't like that one. If I don't like that one, I'm not going to use it. Get rid of it.
Okay.
You know? And so I did it that way intentionally, because I want to make it as user-friendly as I can. And then you notice down here at the bottom, you can save it as a template. So again, I can say my presentation. And see all these other presentations I got? You can use any of them.
Okay.
Hey, Bob, I was going to ask you, how often do you change your videos on your web page? You know, like your videos on your mortgage rates and stuff like that.
Once a week.
Once a week. Okay.
Yep. Because on, let me go back to my page. So down on my page, what happens every week is the new one goes here on the left. This will slide to the middle and this one will slide to the right, and I take the one on the right off.
Okay.
So I'm always rotating them each and every week.
So like every 3 weeks you get a new one on there.
Every week I get a new, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, no, every
I
week.
said, I know what you're saying. You have 3 videos on, but every week you put a new one on, and the third
Yes.
week the last one comes off.
Yes. So this is, again, this is what I showed them how to do. And this is a showing time market stat. Okay. So we all have access to it. I chose Fenton, Holly, Lake Fenton, and Linden because those are the 4 communities that I focus my attention on. But you see this map, they can go back and they can follow it. Here's the legend down here at the bottom. It's branded to me right up here. And this is the number of homes for sale at the end of January. I come down, here's the average sales price at the end of January. Here's the average days on market at the end of January. Again, I don't have to do diddly squat. It's all there. But yes, I'm going to show you how to create all of these pages. Just like my home page, there's so many things that we can do that sometimes it blows my mind. I have the rotating pictures just because I don't want them to see the same thing every time they come. Featured properties are going to, again, they're no different than anything that you've got. And then, but you notice my ugly mug isn't nowhere to be seen. These are GIFs. And the nice thing about GIFs is that unlike a YouTube video, they just run. So yeah, that's what I'm doing on Thursdays, all month. Well, 2 more weeks because I started last week. I trained for 3 weeks, the first 3 weeks of every month. The 4th week, I try to figure out what I'm going to do the next month.
Okay.
So when you do a printed ad, for any of the presentations, how do I say this right? If you wanted to print up like a postcard to send out to the neighbors in the area,
Yes,
or like they're getting a new neighbor in a couple of days because you have your scheduled, closing, and then like a week later. So you want to send out a postcard to the neighbors that you're getting the new neighbor, like welcome to the neighborhood type thing. How would you do that?
while I could do that with that quick flyer, what I would opt for is I would click on impress,
Press, okay.
okay? Because inside impress, this is basically the e-marketing program that we used to have, that we lost, I don't know what, 3-4 years ago. So, again, postcards, flyers, e-newsletters, e-cards, brochures, and it's just like the e-thing. You figure out which one you want to do. If you want to create a video, again, you upload the videos, flyers, favorites. So postcard, there's my postcard. Literally, which postcard do you want?
Now, can you edit these postcards? Like put the
Yes.
picture
Oh,
of the
yeah.
house in and put
Yep.
down welcome home or welcome
Yep.
new neighbors?
Yep. See, so I
Okay.
picked that postcard. I select this design right there. Gotta go upload a vote of gotta upload a video or speak, Bob, speak. Gotta upload an image. You're going to give it a name. You're going to give it a description. The nice thing is, since your property was on the MLS, all you gotta do is put the MLS in there, and now it will go grab all the photos. You just have to pick which ones you want. And this is a jumbo postcard. So, it's almost something you could do on the copy machine from the office. Not that I
Okay.
would say that, but yes, you can do it literally.
Or go to Home Depot, not Home Depot, Office Depot and make
Yep.
copy.
Yep. Yeah, because it'll download it in whatever format you want. But like I say, yeah, this is so too easy to use. Funny thing is, you guys can give it a name to get started. Save and continue, because there's my project. And so now go pick my image from my computer, from project, yada, yada, yada. And then you're going to put in your text, and you're going to put in your agent information. See, it's too easy. So yeah, I would use MoxiPresent.
Okay.
Because if to me it's Canva only easier.
All right, thank you very much.
All right. Again, folks, just if you want, I can send this video out. It'll be tomorrow by the time I get it back. But sometimes it helps with the information overload.
Okay, I would appreciate that.
Yes,
I can do
please.
that. All righty, I'll do that.
Thank
ladies
you.
Have a great afternoon.
You too, Bob.
Bye-bye.
Bye.